have a question. On a project like this, how does it start? Take me back to the initial plan. Who's the person who comes up with the idea of, you know what we need to do? We need to redo 37. How does that discussion begin?
So I think that's a good question. We look at, in our engineering department in the city of Fishers, we look at areas that need projects to ease the queues, to ease the traffic jams that happen. And obviously 37 was a big artery in the city of Fishers and Hamilton County that there is backups in each and every intersection. Yeah. With 31 and Keystone being transformative projects for those areas, the mayor and the commissioners kind of put their heads together and thought, okay, this is a good location to provide access to all of the businesses, access to the residences, and free flow, and not have all of these backups. And it will help, the ease of access of Fishers to everyone coming to visit.
Right.
And it also reflects positively on the county, on Fishers, on Noblesville, that this is, we're thinking ahead, and this is what's going to help spread, the business impact to everyone.
Sure.
So they kind of put their heads together and started with a traffic study on all of the intersections, what would work and what would not work. Mm-hmm. We looked more in depth on the 146th Street because we wanted everything to be a roundabout interchange, but the traffic on 146th Street was almost as much as the traffic on 37. So looking at the impacts of having a roundabout there, was it going to be beneficial in the long run, or did we have to change the interchange type? Mm-hmm. So normally when we look at projects like this, we look ahead 20, 30 years ahead and see what the traffic is going to look like and how it impacts the interchange. So we went and did a couple of more iterations of traffic studies on 146th Street, and we came to the conclusion that single point urban interchange, which is what's getting built right now on 146th Street, is the best solution for the 20-year, 30-year projections for the traffic.
And the single point means there's going to be one light? Is that
single point? A single point urban interchange is pretty much similar to the 465 and Allisonville interchange.
Okay.
So everybody kind of comes into a single point. That's kind of where the naming came from. Mm-hmm. Everything, all the traffic comes to a single point.
All four sides, essentially.
Yeah, they come into a single point. Okay. However, you get free flow right turn lanes from the ramps, so that doesn't really get impacted at all. Your through lanes and your left turn lanes, those are the ones that have the lights on them. So you can have the through lanes go through, and then the ramps are a red light, and then when the through lanes get stopped, the two left turns kind of go simultaneously, like with each other. Okay. So similar to the one on 465, you turn left and you kind of in the same motion, you see the other guy from the other side turning left as well.
Right.
Yeah. So that we had a lot of heavy left turn movement in that intersection, so we had to mitigate that with that type of interchange.
Now, how does that impact kind of east and west of 37 then? On 146th Street, like Allisonville, for example, Allisonville and 146th Street. There's
north and south.
There's a four-way stop there.
I think it helped a lot because it takes a lot of movements out of the equation.
Okay.
It takes your right turn lane. So if you're going east and west and you want to go on northbound, you turn right. It doesn't impact you at all turning right. If you're coming on the ramp from 37 and you want to take a right on 146th Street, your movement is free flow.
Yeah, sure.
So it helps a lot with alleviating a lot of that backup that used to be on 37 and 146th Street, and that takes a lot away of the queuing and the traffic jams that were on 146th Street as well.
Is there any future plans to change those intersections? Allisonville and 146th Street, turn that into a big roundabout?
Hamilton County is actually working and actively designing a project on 146 and Allisonville right now, so that's going to look similar to 37, but I think They're still finalizing their project
Sure.
right now, but it's going to be a roundabout interchange as well.
Okay.
It might look different than what we have, but it's a roundabout.
So if you're coming east or even going west, I guess on 146th Street, especially during rush hour, it has a tendency to back up at that intersection. So at some
Yeah.
point in the future, that's going to flow.
Yeah, I think
a
they're
lot smoother.
thinking about starting construction next year on that.
Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully when that's done, with 37's done, the whole area is going to transform.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good insight.